Got a bit of a mystery for you that I've found in the fourth chapter of the book of Genesis. I'll be interested to know what you think the answers to the mysteries. You can put your suspicions in the comments below. I'm talking about the fourth chapter of the book of Genesis. I'm talking about the great grandsons of Cain. These are the sons of the bad Lamech. There's a video about him I've already done. So, they're descendant of Cain. They're the sons of the bad Lamech. You'd expect these to be not great people. Let's hear about them. So the first son of Lamech was Jabal. He was the father of those who dwell in tents and have cattle. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all those who play the lyre and the harp. And then the other was Tubal-Cain. He was the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron. All those things sound fine, don't they? Breeding cattle, playing the lyre, and making things out of bronze and iron. What's the problem? The reason I think that these are problematic people is twofold. First, this is the time of the flood. We don't hear about any of their children. That's the end of the genealogy of Cain. This is where it ends. So presumably these are the guys who were around during the time of Noah. And indeed, in the family tree of when Noah arrives, it's pretty immediately after when they're around. So that indicates that they weren't fantastic. They're descended from Cain, their father's bad Lamech, plus the Book of Enoch, which was a highly popular book in ancient Jewish times. It talks about developments in the ancient time of technologies like forging things out of bronze and iron. But it says that all of this technological development only came about through fallen angels coming down to earth and teaching people all these technologies so that the technologies could be used for evil. So, for example, if you look at the Book of Enoch, chapter 9, verse 1, talks about these fallen angels. It says, Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, shields, breastplates. So it sounds as though he was talking to Tubal-Cain. And, these fallen angels taught a whole lot of other things like astronomy, and Azarael taught the motion of the moon and all this sort of thing. And, it all ended with the flood. They all got washed away. So the mystery is, why are we hearing about them? And why is it saying that these people were the fathers of all those who dwell in tents and have cattle? Why does it say Jubal was the father of all those who play the lyre and the pipe? These people aren't connected with Noah. This is the line of Cain. Noah's the line of Seth. So what's happening? Well, I would say that they're not the biological fathers of those people, because they all got drowned in the flood. And I would say, therefore, that they merely taught other people these skills, which they presumably got from these fallen angels discussed in the Book of Enoch. And so they would have taught Noah these things, Noah and his family. And then he went on to use these things for good. Whereas in the 9th chapter of the Book of Enoch, we see that all these technologies and skills are being used for bad things. So for weapons, for killing one another, like Lamech was really good at killing someone. So what do we learn from this? Well, it's just a demonstration that technology, science development in itself can be used for good and it can be used for ill. It doesn't, as of itself, contain any moral quality. So, yes, something for us to embrace technology, but when we embrace it, we shouldn't think that it is of itself a thing of goodness, which is a fairly topical issue because there are plenty of people in the world, I think, who think that, oh, well, if something is a technological advance, therefore it is by its nature a good thing. I don't think so. Tubal Cain, the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron, his name literally means the spices of Cain. What was Cain? He was the big murderer. So you spice something up, you make it even better. With all these instruments that he forged with iron and bronze, like swords and such like, he was just like Cain on a next level. The technology wasn't being put to good use. The technology of itself wasn't a thing of goodness in itself. It could be used for evil as well as good.